Okay, so how do you put a capacitor back on? This one, location C22, it takes a capacitor that has a value of 1 microfarad, 50 volts. And if you're wondering what the capacitors look like, that's a capacitor. That's the new ones. So it is, the values are actually on here. So and it's got this line here. This line is the positive side. So on this one here, the positive is here. So it's also, this is straight, this is curved. So it's gonna sit on the pad like actually this. All right. Now, before I put it down, I put down some actually flux. Now the reason why for the flux is because the flux is tacky. So when I take the capacitor and put it on there, it's gonna help it stay in place while I solder it. Now the other thing I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna put some solder already on my my iron. So if I put a little bit on there, okay, so now I have it on there because I don't have enough hands, okay, and I need to hold my soldering iron, I need to hold the tweezers with that, and then I need the solder. So that's not gonna happen. So by actually using the flux, it will allow the solder to go and stick to the capacitor's metal side, because on the underside of the capacitor you can see there are 2 pieces of actually metal, and that's what's going to sit on the pad, and that's what the solder is going to stick to. So if I go line this up, sorry, I'm working under the microscope here, so, and I know where the pads are because this capacitor is a bit big, so I gotta solder it just right. So now I touch it there, that side is on there. I'm gonna do it again just to push it down. That side is on. You see me shaking it? That's on good now. So now I'll go turn the board so I get a better angle. I'll make sure that you get it too. There's the capacitor, and I have it in my microscope view also. So I go back on this side now, and I do the same thing. I touch it on that side. Now on that side I might be able, I have to put some solder also. So now I don't need my tweezers, so I come in with the solder and I stick it on there. Now I can check with the tweezers, and that's on good and solid. You see me shaking it, it's on there good. It's not gonna go nowhere. So that one done. I did another one earlier because it was at a very difficult position to get to. Let me see if I can find it here for you. You see this black one? So that one went onto that location. That is an actually 100 microfarad, and it is 10 volts. So that went into C10. C10, yeah, location C10. You can see the actual location is right there, C10. Reason why this was so hard is because my space in here is very delicate. So what I did on this one was that I made a pillow of solder on the pad first. Then I put down some of the flux. I put down the capacitor, and by holding it down, like actually this, I came in from this side, okay, right in between there without touching this plastic, like I just did there, without touching that, and just heated it up, and by pushing it down it melted the solder that it was on the pillow on the pad and pushed down the capacitor into place. So it was a way of doing it very quick and easy. These little melts are just casualties of the war anyway, but that's how you do the capacitors.